Okay, I'm going to be showing you how I pull comps and do CMAs, and then also what I'm doing for listings, kind of putting together the information for listings so we can, so you can put them together. You know, if I say, hey, look, I need a CMA and listing docs for this listing, you can put those together real quick. All right, so typically what I first do when I have a listing is I pull up all the information. So the one that we have is going to be on Gadia Loop, I believe is the one. And that is tomorrow. Yeah. 217 Gadia Loop is for tomorrow. So usually what I'll do is come in and first see if it has sold in the past. Keep in mind when you enter these, if you do the loop street, whatever, it won't pull it. So this doesn't have any information. So then I'm going to go into tax record, show you how I did that right here on the top, tax, relist tax. You can do property tax as well. I'm going to put that in right here in the address. You can also put in the owner's name. That'll help pull it out. This is the right person. So I'm going to click on this, double click. Then I'm going to come in here and just get all the basic information. All right, here's a tax record, 8,700 for 2022. The total tax, just so I'm aware, is 2.7. This house on the top here, usually I tell you how old it is and all that stuff. So 2019, but it doesn't give you much else information. It's 2,100 square foot. If you go down here, not every time, but most of the times it'll tell you how many stories, even though it didn't tell you up here. So this characteristics tab tell you this lot size, the gross of the first and second levels. So 2,100 square feet, 2-story, 3-bedroom, central heating, open porch, other, all the information is right here. Lot 6693. So then what I'm going to do is come here. I'm going to find the neighborhood information, their tax information. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to the search. So up here on the top, search. I think you can do quick search. I just usually do residential. And here, I'm going to go down to subdivision. And then I'm going to put in Morningstar and pull all these up. Once I've done that, what I like to do is come in here and look at the map, because some of this might not be, like some of this could be Morningstar. Let's see. That's Santa Rita Ranch. Okay. So I need to be mindful when I'm looking at this. Morningstar is basically all of this that backs up to Santa Rita right here. So what I like to do, because sometimes maybe that they don't put in the information right on the search or the area, I like to map this out. But I got to be careful not to map in the other neighborhood. And that's probably not the same neighborhood. So I'm just kind of going around, and I used, okay. So, and I just used this polygon, draw free polygon right here. So I can do that. Now criteria, I'm going to come back and take the Morningstar out. If you look down here, it shows 62 matches. If I take the Morningstar out, now it's 82. So I want to double check that this is still Morningstar. It doesn't show Morningstar new construction. What build? The equal is on file. Okay, let me double check. The reason why I'm doing this, I just want to verify that the exact area that we're looking at. So this is saying it's stellar. No. This is all new construction. If it tells me what neighborhood this is. Okay. Come check out Saratoga Homes at Morningstar. So this is all still Morningstar. Okay. So I'm going to add all that in. I'm going to go back to criteria though. And I'm going to change this. It's a 2-story, so I want all 2 stories. And I want, maybe I'll go back with a minimum or the maximum year, like so year built. Maybe I want to take off all the new, like new stuff. I'm going to leave that on there for this one, but I'm going to come up here and go 3-bed only. So 3-bed right here. This is I don't know how many baths this is, so I'm just going to go 3-bed. I'm assuming this is just a 2-car garage, but that gives us 22 results. And this is just stuff that's on the market right now. So what I like to do here is, so they know, is I'll check all. Okay. And then I'm going to come to quick CMA right here at the bottom. Okay. And now this gives me everything that's on the market right now in that size, well, in that 2-story floor plan. So some of this is 2,500 square foot, but then they can see everything that's on the market here. So I'm going to save this. I usually hit Command P on mine. Command P. I got to change this to landscape. It's probably not showing up on your thing. Save as PDF. And I'm going to save this as all active on my side. Boom. Okay. So I have that. I want to come back in here though and change the criteria to active, under contract, pending. I'm going to do everything that's closed really in the last 30, we'll call it 40 days, just because the market's changed so much. I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't, the market's changed so much. If I go back 90 days, it's too many comps. So I'm going to go change the square foot in here from 1,900 to 2,300. So it takes off all that stuff. And then it puts us a little bit closer in square foot. Maybe I'm going to kick this down to 1,800. It gives me 14. I can whittle away. So that's pending closed, active, pending closed, under contract. Okay, so it gives me 14 options here. If you look, a lot of these are brand new, except for this one on Gadia Loop, which has been on the market for 122 days. So, and it's 1,800 square feet. So that gives me a good idea as far as like listing where we need to list it. I'm really using this heavily as one of my comps. Now, most sellers aren't going to like that you're using that as the comp, but it is what it is. This market's not the same market, and there's a ton of homes in this market right now. So what I do from here is I'd like to whittle this down a little bit more. So I may take some homes off here that I don't like as comps, like this Freestone one. It's a 2022. There's a 2023 right here. Let's get these close. 385. Yeah. So brand new, just closed for 385. This house isn't brand new. So I'm going to basically say this house is worth 385, virtually, maybe 390. Anyway, so I'm going to probably take a couple off of here just so it's not so many, but I want to keep the low ones on here so they can see what's what. So I might pop these 2 off. This one's been sitting on the market. This just shows you what overpricing a home does. 220 days on market. Same thing here. So then if I want to take those 2 off, I just go down here to refine, and then I just discard. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit all. So what I did, maybe let's say I want to like take this one off. I would either narrow or discard it. So if I want to narrow it, it's just going to take it to that one. Discard it, we'll take it off, but I want all of these. So I'm going to go all, go back over here, down here to actions, and I'm going to go quick CMA. Okay, I'm going to go Command P again. I'm going to print this. For whatever reason, this always changes me to landscape. And I'm just going to put this as closer comps. Okay. All right, now we've done that. What I also want to do is go back over here to realist. And I want to print this. So I'm going to go quick print. Click the print button to download this, usually print, and then this blocks in the window up here. There we go. See, now did it give it to me? It did. Perfect. All right. So I have this. So what you're going to do is just go in and shoot me an email. Going to go compose. Let's see if it'll have the last ones. Recent. No, it doesn't have. All right. So just add all those onto an email for me. So Matt, wait, where is it? Recent. I have it on here. Okay. All active, closer comps. I've added those on my email, and I've gone through and I've added property details. Okay. Sorry, you may not see this on the screen. I'm going to attach file. Property details. Perfect. Okay. So I have all those three. So then if I ask you, hey, well, can you make a net sheet for me? Here's how you're going to make a net sheet. So you're going to come over here to stewarttitle.com. Make sure I got this. Okay. stewarttitle.com. In the search right here, I'm going to go net sheets. Net. Austin seller net sheet. It may not like seller. Okay, here. So then it says one result found, get a quote, Stewart Title of Austin. So I'm going to click on this. And this is how we create a net sheet for anything. So you can create a buyer net sheet on here. I'm more interested in the seller net sheet. So I'm going to click seller net sheet. Now I'm going to put in, let's see, what zip code is this? We'll just call it 59. Doesn't really matter what zip code you put in. Now, if I were to put this home on the market this week, it's probably not going to close to the end of February. So I'm just going to put out to the end of February. That will change all of the pricing and everything on here as well, just so you're aware. Because every day you close, the taxes are part of it. So it will so usually I'll have to remake one of these for a client once we go into contract. That's usually what I do. But what on here, so this one, let's just say I felt it was priced at $385. That's where it would sell. Okay. So I put 385 in right here. If you notice, the taxes instantly put in what they were, what the proration would be through the 28th of, but we don't know what to put it in here under taxes. So if they have the loan payoff, sometimes you can put the loan payoff in there and it'll make the net sheet different. It'll give it a different price. So like, let's say they had a payoff of 100,000, you'd put 100,000 in there and it's going to give you the difference. Right now it's showing you 355 is the net. So the net is what they'd make. Now this says 877.8 is what they pulled for the taxes. If we go back to realist, oh, that's exactly what they had it at, 8704. So I always double check that because 704. Oh, I put 97. 8704. Boom. Okay. And then calculations. Now I'm going to go down here, title and escrow. Let's say the buyer is going to pay for title policy. When we have on that on here for a couple of them, typically it's going to be seller pays for title policy, buyer pays for their lender policy. But you can change it to buyer on here and it'll take it to 0 if you're representing the seller. And for some reason, like let's say they have a basic policy that the buyer's paying for. I always come down here and just double check this. It should all be fine. I'd never mess with this just because it's what the title policy or title companies usually have is for standards. You know, some title companies may be different, so definitely check that. But commission right here, 6%. I always leave it at 6%. HOA transfer, I leave that the same now. Survey, most people have survey, so I just automatically put that to 0. Home warranty, not everybody's getting a home warranty right now, so I put that to 0. And that will give us some changes here. Then I'm going to hit create estimate. And then I'm going to hit download. It got blocked by the window. Let's try this again. Blocked by the window. Oh, here we go. So now it's going to create me this big old guy right here and give me a net payoff of 356. So what I like to do, though, is come back in here. Now that I have that one, let's save this one. So I'm going to Command P, going to print that one. 100%. Oh, not landscape, portrait. I'm going to save this as 385K net. Okay. Now let's say for some reason, so a lot of times I like to create a couple of these, but keep in mind, if once you change this, it will change the whole thing. So let's say I tell them it's worth $3.90. I decided they go, oh, we want to sell for $3.99. Okay, well, here's what it'd be at $3.99. And so I usually take a few of these. I'll take all different prices. Just, when you get into a property, you don't really know what you're going to price it at until you get in it and see it. But this is probably going to be pretty accurate still because the taxes on here changed. But it said, what, 870. It kept the taxes. Sometimes it'll change. So you just got to double check. And then this, it might have changed. See, it changed this back. So I'm going to change that back to 0, that back to 0. And I create a new estimate. Okay, download. This time it works. Command P. We're just going to call this 400K. Okay, 400K net sheet. Okay, perfect. And then you're going to add that in here. So we want to add 400 net sheet, 385 net sheet, both added. Boom. So now I have all the active comps, the closer comps, the property details, and 2 net sheets. That is all I need when I ask for information on a listing. So now I have this. I'm going to email it to myself. The other thing I may ask for is just the CMA. So that's how we do the CMAs, is just that quick CMA that'll pop up and look. Do we have one still? No. Basically a quick CMA that looks like this. Boom. That's it. That's a quick CMA. That's usually how we do the CMAs. If I say, hey, can you make me a CMA on whatever? That's how you make a quick CMA. All right. There you go. Thank you.